I never have been subscribed to Ryan Upchurch's YouTube. I haven't been a member of the Creek Squad. I'm not a member of anybody's squad. I was subscribed to Heavy Duty Country from back when he had that first video go viral. When Dan made that video calling out Ryan Upchurch, I caught a whiff of the stank only some serious bullshit can produce. He talked about how he only flew out to Tennessee to hang out and have fun, but then expressed some real anger about fun activities like racing go-karts, as if he thought Ryan Upchurch had flew him out there to court him into a record deal and was wasting his time with go-karts, girls, and Lambos trying to impress him. Reading between the lines, as I'm oh so good at doing, this shows Dan had only flown out there for networking and wanted to get down to business. Now, I had heard Dan's rap when it first came out, and I knew back then ain't nobody gonna sign that boy into a record deal. It sucked. For a guy that only flew out to Tennessee for fun, he was sure mad about fun activities, and even more mad about Ryan Upchurch not writing him no songs. Meanwhile, he offered no evidence whatsoever that Ryan Upchurch ever promised to write him songs. He blathered on about country boys keeping their word and dirt on hats, then used everything else from Let's Go Brandon to BLM to supposedly prove Ryan Upchurch is full of shit. He offered no voice recording or written contract of Ryan Upchurch ever promising to do shit for him. Dan just offered the screen recording on his phone that he had later called Ryan about flight dates, and Ryan was like, "Who is this?" Just the fact that Dan recorded that call shows he was never about being Ryan's friend or flying out to Tennessee for fun. He was already scorekeeping and stashing receipts, just in case he needed to make a video on old Ryan. The sad thing is, it ain't no receipt of nothing that says Ryan Upchurch owed him songs for money rendered. If you understand anything about networking, then you understand that knowing someone who knows someone can in and of itself be rewarding. Ryan thought he was doing Dan a favor for simply introducing him to his own producer, probably because Dan nagged Ryan's ass off about it the whole time he was in Tennessee. That producer didn't sign Dan to no record contract. He offered to produce 5 songs for Dan, but it was on Dan to make those songs his own. You know, like all artists do. Well, old Danny boy wasn't trying to have that. Somehow he thought when he signed an agreement with Ryan's producer that he was signing an agreement for Ryan to single-handedly write his songs for him. He paid half down for the producer to provide him with 5 songs, and the producer gave him 4 out of that 5. In other words, he got more songs than what he paid for. He's the country boy that didn't keep his word. He didn't pay for the 4 songs, now did he? Here he wanted to be a big musician, yet couldn't be bothered to do all that 5 minutes of Google research to learn about contracts and terms before signing with that producer and understanding what the hell it was he was actually signing up for and paying for. Then, with this misunderstanding in mind, he still didn't bother researching. He just kept changing his phone number, calling that producer and demanding Upchurch write his songs, and what became harassing that producer for what appears to be months. Now, Dan had the opportunity to take all involved to court, rather than being a domineering diva that changed his phone number 100 times to force the producer to talk to him yet again about Ryan Upchurch, and settle this with whatever evidences he'd obviously been keeping hold of. But that's just it. He had no evidence Upchurch ever promised to write him songs, so he couldn't sue Upchurch, and that's who he really wanted to go after. So he turned to the internet like a rejected girlfriend with a vendetta and started bitching and demand of a boxing match over the fact that Ryan Upchurch, the guy he just wanted to be pals and have fun with, didn't drop everything like go-karts, Lambos, and girls to be his bitch and make Dan a famous country rap artist for the price of $4,000. Ryan Upchurch don't owe Dan no money. No money was paid to Ryan Upchurch, no contract was made with or signed by Ryan Upchurch, and Dan's produced no evidence of so much as a verbal agreement between the two and all his fire-stomping and mudslinging about a country boy and his word that tries to prove Ryan's not a country boy while big baby Danny boy's super-duper pissed off that he's not on Ryan's album rather than Boozy. The producer lived up to his end of the written and signed agreement. It's Dan that didn't. He paid half down and got more than half of the songs he paid for. What Dan imagined he was going to be getting isn't the producer's problem. Dan's a big boy. He needed to put on his big boy pants and know how to read a contractual agreement to know what he signed up for. As for myself, I haven't done much laughing in the last year, and I have found this all absolutely just hilarious. For me, it's been a fun distraction from life's more serious issues, and it's even been inspirational and what's kept giving me ideas that's made me laugh and have been fun to create. Dan came to fame on parodies. He should have known what he was getting himself into when he threw his hat into this boxing ring of minds, begging to be spanked by a man that's 2 million times sharper, 2 million times funnier, 2 million times more creative, and 2 million times more popular, with 2 million times the support of people that have developed an acute eye for bullshit, having watched so much bullshit slung Upchurch's way. I'm honestly not trying to come into this with the idea of fame. I don't give a shit about fame. There's only so much of this cow that can be milked, and I'm not even trying to milk that cow so much as I'm just having fun. I've come to discover Ryan Upchurch and I have a lot in common in terms of just having big hearts that love being real and capable of bringing lots of sauce to the cookout. My heart really did go out to Ryan Upchurch watching all this go down, even though I thought it was funny as hell, and I sincerely thought it would be fun to give him a giggle, if I could. I honestly hadn't planned on the third video till I heard that disco music and an inspiration hit that I just could not resist. And I'm not even going to lie, I keep getting hit with inspiration that involves everything and anything, up to and including turning my barn into Danny Boy's very own Church of Upchurch, complete with Psycho Stalker altar. Every one of the videos I made for Ryan Upchurch. Not to become YouTube famous, I just thought it would be nice for someone to do something for him for a change. No, I don't think he needs it. Yep, I know damn well he can hold his own. It just seems in researching all this that he does a lot for a lot of people, some more appreciative than others. I just wanted to do something for him that would maybe get into his view and give him a chuckle with no strings attached.